in such a gorgeous area.
Oh, you should see it over here. It's even cooler over here.
We can jump in.
There's a beach ball over there.
Oh yeah, it is.
Watch that ball. Don't keep going. That one doesn't look very big.
No, that's not.
Is that where you're gonna go? Oh, okay.
So here we are on Long Island in the middle of Harrison Lake. Long Island's probably not quite halfway across the lake, and it is in the middle of either side of the shores. But it's huge. It's a huge island, and I'm just going to turn in a minute. I'm going to turn and show you. Because right now I'm walking on a logging road, an old logging road that they've been logging on this island. And right behind me is a lake, in the middle of the lake, which is kind of cool. There's, you know, to be on an island in a lake and find not just a small lake, it's quite large, you know. It's big enough that you could easily put a canoe on it and canoe around. You know, it's definitely quite sizable. You can see behind me there. Kind of get the idea of just how big it is. I just don't know how exactly you get down to it yet, because the logging road has quite a steep embankment on the one side here toward the lake. So I'm not sure how to get down there, but definitely you have to be able to travel by boat to get to this lake. And it's really cool. This is why I think BC is, I mean, I'm sure there's other places that have lakes on islands and you know, but Harrison is so much like being on the ocean. You would swear that you're on the west coast of BC on the ocean, going through the channels and stuff. It is so similar, and yet you're in the lake. And BC is just filled with places like this. Just incredible places to explore and find new things, and that's what I love about it. I love BC. I was born here, but I didn't move here back here till later in life. I spent a lot of time going around Alberta and living in the west, but you know, and I lived in Banff and stuff. I lived at 7,200 feet for a period of time. You know, and I lived in Whistler. Whistler's BC though again, and it's just an amazing place. I can't find anywhere in the world. You know, we went to Switzerland. We were at Grindelwald, just another stunning place. I love Switzerland. I love Chamonix. The north of France, that was just it's amazing too. I was quite shocked when I found out that the north of France was so beautiful. I just, you know, wasn't sure what to expect with the English Channel. You know, they always say, oh, the English Channel's so cold and everything, and I just expected this bleak and dark place, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But BC is the only place I've ever been where I can go to the ocean and I can go sailing in the morning, I can go golfing in the afternoon, and I can go skiing, downhill skiing at night. It's the only place I ever been that you can do that. And that's the only place where you have everything from desert to mountain to ocean, every climate in between, and it's just stunning. And here on the island, I'm not too worried about bears. I mean, they do swim, but I don't think there's any bears on this island. And but definitely other places, we have wildlife that is just phenomenal. And yeah, so a lot of places in the world, like when I was in Switzerland, it just felt missing something, because the wildest thing there were people, and then there was the ibex, and you didn't see too many of those. But you get your little wildlife, little critters like squirrels and foxes and stuff, but nothing life-threatening, nothing that could be, dangerous. I mean, yeah, if you run into an angry ibex, I'm sure that you could probably hurt you, but it just had something that was missing. And, sure, it was cool, the cowbells, but yeah, it's just a different place. And I love BC. Like here, right there, that blue off in the distance over there, right there, that is Harrison Lake. That is surrounding this island that I am on currently. And as I've been talking to you, I've been walking this logging road, and it's huge. It's a big logging road, and there's all kinds of branches going off of it. And yeah, I'd like to ride my motorcycle up here. I'd like to figure out a way for us to bring our bikes up here. So we'd have to figure out either some sort of barge or some means of putting all our gear on a boat and, bring them over. If we could get a flat bottom boat, that would work really well. We could bring our motorcycle. Oh, I got a thorn in my foot. Crocs are not great for hiking in briars. So yeah, but anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Look at those cool trees. Look at them, they're cool. There's the lake. That's a little sheltered bay area. There's another island just on the other side of that. And so we're on the big island, and it's there's a little bay there. We just found this really cool beach with a swing and all kinds of cool stuff. And so yeah, we just found this logging road up here. It is just amazing. I love it. There's lots of places I'd like to take the opportunity to live in for a period of time. I'm always up for adventure. I'm always up for exploration of new places and new things, especially if we're talking about, outdoors and mountains and trails and water. I just love it, Love the idea of possibly maybe one day doing a motorcycle tour in Europe. That's the one thing that Europe's got on us. They got so much culture, got so much history. We got history here, but it's rough, it's archaic, and we it's not well established. It's not like where you go through the countryside and you see just these edifices of history, churches and castles, and the history of the land here has always been the native peoples and trapping and fur trading and that sort of thing, and it's great. There's some fantastic stories and fantastic history from that, but we don't have the landscape marks, right? We don't have the things that show us those historic details. I mean, we got these logging roads, which, you know, are a part of our history, but we don't have this historical evidence. I mean, the natives do find various sites and spots where they've had, you know, ancient or long-standing hunting grounds and burial sites and villages. But that being said, because of our climate, because of, you know, where we are, a lot of those things just don't last. They weren't built like, you know, out of stone, out of, you know, these durable things that stand through ages of time, you know, even though they've been there for, you know, so many years, they just they don't stand that kind of test of time. We've got, you know, we do live in a rainforest, and anything made out of wood pretty quickly disappears. So yeah, and here we are back at the beach we found. Coming up. So beautiful. So here we're at Long Island Bay, and it's a British Columbia recreation site. We got this great pier where everybody's allowed to just, you know, moor and tie up and just enjoy the day. There's a cabin just over there. Some private property, private cabins over there. This used to belong to the Harrison Yacht Club, but has recently been changed over to British Columbia as a recreation site. Wow, quite the fancy chair there. Nice little picnic shelters, fire pit. Wow, look at the nice tent pad. Be nice. Come here, sail on the sailboat, stay here in the tent. Although on the sailboat you can stay on there too. Mountain over there is where the end of the lake is, the peak.